is the first inning?
Second.
Yeah. How many overs are it? You know?
10 overs.
10?
Yeah.
Thank you. Camera has mic, right? Sound, right?
Yeah, but he in the app they have to say it's a camera there. Yeah, he has the login and all.
Your phone?
Quarterfinals time at the New York Oval, National Women's Cricket League T20 New York Open 2025. This quarterfinal match featuring the Dream Cricket Dragons and the Atlanta War Eagles. Dream Cricket Dragons winning the toss, choosing to bat in an 8-over match. All of 48 balls for each team to face. Dream Cricket Dragons, who are typically a strong batting side, but they've lost 2 early wickets here. They are 10 for 2 early in the piece. Ritvika Kari in this over has already taken 2 wickets. big wickets of Bhakti Shastri and Aditi Chudasama. Those are two international players representing the US on multiple occasions. And in fact, Aditi Chudasama is currently the captain of the national team for the US. But none of that matters now because they are in a bit of trouble here. 10 for 2, 2 deliveries. In fact, 1 delivery remaining in over number 2. And in fact, that is the end of the over. So an excellent over bowled here by Ritvika Kari. 2 wickets in that over and 3 runs taken, or 3 runs scored. And so you'll take those odds every time. Again, this is an 8th over match. And the Dream Cricket Dragons, having chosen to bat first, are 10 for 2. So essentially you'll see all spin attack at the moment, and Ritu Singh continuing in the air, catchable and taken. What a big wicket that one is. So 3 spinners, or 3 wickets, have all fallen, and they've all fallen to the spinners, as it is Ritu Singh back into the attack for the 3rd over of the innings, her 2nd and her final over. And it is a wicket, a big wicket, wanting to go big down the ground. That was Amrita Natador, and she is dismissed because that shot was essentially skewed, not exactly off the middle of the bat, and more spooned up into the air than it was struck firmly. And a good running catch backwards from mid-on. I believe that was Disha Dhingra. We'll look for confirmation on that in a minute. In fact, yes, it was Disha Dhingra with the catch. Amrita Natador is dismissed. Just 1 run scored from 2 balls faced. And again, this is a quarterfinal match. So this becomes a huge development because they've taken 3 big wickets, 3 top order wickets against the Dream Cricket Dragons, who've chosen to bat first. New batter is in, Saumya Chavale. And it is a dot ball. Ritu Singh, very cunning bowler, known more for exploits with the bat. And again, yet another national team player that is taking part in this tournament. But her off spin is what's doing the trick right now. Tossed up. Ooh, looks for the big swipe. Misses out. And the keeper, Habiba Batter, is not able to correct or connect it. Or collect it is what I mean. A bye here. That is the first, make that the 2nd extra of the innings. So they run a single on that bye, but all of a sudden you're in a lot of trouble. 11 for 3 into the 3rd over of what is an 8 over match. So again, just definitely a shortened form of the game here. And you're looking to see what damage you can do inside 8 overs, but not a lot has turned out good yet for Dream Cricket. Goes past the outside edge here to the left-handed Chanefra Karthik. None from 2 for her. Saumya Chavale 1 from 2. Ritu Singh around the wicket to the left-hander. Tossed up in the air and put down. It was a difficult catch, but catchable. Diving away to her right, the fielder short mid-wicket. Could have taken what would have been a spectacular catch, but did not manage to hold on to it. Definitely got to her catching height. It was a difficult catch, but she would have wanted to have taken that. Another single here. The last ball coming up here in over number 3. And this is a thick inside edge, trickling to mid-wicket. Direct hit. Boy, they look bang on target. Everything is working for the Atlanta War Eagles. A single to end over number 3, but they are absolutely on top of things. 13 for 3 is the score after 3. Thirteen for 3, Ritvika Kari to continue. She is the most successful bowler. They've only been 2 bowlers so far, but she's taken 2 big wickets of Aditi Chudasama and another member of the top order. That would have been to Shastri. So 4th over about to be bowled, maximum of 2 overs for each of these 2 bowlers. Tossed up outside the line of off stump, and just that teasing line, choosing not to go for it here is Samia Chavale. Next delivery, struck firmly directly to Nikardoshi at short mid off, and she wears that one, ricocheted off of her foot and into her face. That would have hurt. Struck firmly all along the ground, but directly to Nikardoshi. Didn't collect it cleanly, and it kicked up off of her boot onto, I believe, the right side of her face. So that would have felt less than ideal, but she does well enough to limit the damage to 1 run. More importantly, did not let the ball get by her, because that would easily have gone all the way for 4 had that gotten by her. Next delivery, left-hander on strike, and that's a good diving stop in the short mid-wicket area. The Atlanta War Eagles appear to be absolutely on top of their game here. We're just about at the halfway stage of the innings. Current time 7:23 local time here on the East Coast. Goes past the outside edge again. And I mentioned the current time because it gets dark here around 8:30, 8:15 to 8:30. So you have just about an hour's worth of light remaining. So you have 4 overs remaining and 2 balls in the first innings, and then 8 overs the rest of the way. So let's say about 13 overs, roughly speaking. 13 overs an hour is what the umpires tried to enforce. And so you would think you'd just be able to have enough time, but bear in mind when it gets later in the day, it becomes that much more difficult. But with the white ball, I think we should just be okay. Tossed up, full toss, punted back to the bowler herself. 1 run from over number 4. What a spectacular spell Arithvika carry. 2 overs, none, no maidens, but importantly, the 2 big wickets that you saw from her, 2 for 4. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the young spinner. And the Dream Cricket Dragons are struggling, 14 for 3. So the 2 bowlers who bowled so far have completed their spells. In an 8-over match, you can have 2 bowlers bowl 2 overs, and the rest are limited to 1 over each, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's right. This is going to be wide. First delivery bowled here by the new bowler taking over from the southern end of the ground. Next delivery. Side off, no run, and I think that you'll see that I believe this is Ayushi Singh who's taking the ball, bowling from the southern end of the ground, wanting to continue the examination by spin. Goes past the outside edge again. So a good couple of deliveries here after the wide, and still awaiting information on who this bowler is, but couple of deliveries in, tossed up, goes for the big drive outside off stump and misses. So 3 consecutive dots, and it is indeed Ayushi Singh who's taken the ball and bowling here in over number 5. Oh, goes past the outside edge yet again. Boy, Samia Chavale at the moment is struggling to get control and struggling to make contact with the ball. And a lot of dot balls have been eaten up here in the last several overs. In the air and gone! Ritu Singh with the catch, and yet another wicket falls to another spinner. And my goodness, 4 top order wickets now. The New York Open is alive because the Dream Cricket Dragons are going down in a heap. 15 for 4, with 2 deliveries remaining here in over number 5. Again, playing 8 overs. So over 5 of 8 in progress and all of 15 runs on the board. 15 for 4 is your score with 1 ball remaining in over number 5. So you're past the halfway stage of the innings. Just 15 runs on the board. The sense is you'll need so much more than that to challenge what is truly a big hitting side, the Atlanta War Eagles. Last ball coming up here. In fact, that was the last ball of the over. So it's going to be now Disha Dhingra taking up the attack from the northern end. So 15 for 4 is your score. And my goodness, you really would have wanted to have taken that. Looking at this scorecard, it's all spin. Maybe the reason why you're bowling all spinners is because you want to get through the overs as quickly as possible. But it's also the most effective effort, because as of right now, Dream Cricket does not seem to have an answer to the spinners that the Atlanta War Eagles possess. Disha Dhingra now into the attack. Yet another national team player made into the offside. Quick single. What a good throw that would have been, but nobody is backing up and they'll get an extra run. So that releases a bit of the pressure. Disha Dhingra, you'd have seen her playing for the US, as did Ritu Singh, and as did Aditi Chudasama, as did Bhakti Shastri against Zimbabwe just a couple of months ago in Dallas. Different assignment here, but these national players are seeming to show their skill. Oh, this is a shot at the non-striker's end. Ritu Singh with a clean pickup fires at the non-striker's end, but Disha Dhingra not really collecting that one. So get a couple of runs, the ball before this, and then a single. So just a bit of scoring picking up. Nothing to write home about yet, but my goodness, this is really a good start with the ball for the War Eagles. Down to the last 15 balls, if you can believe this, and only 18 runs on the board. Scoring rate is 3.27. 3.27 is probably a third of the scoring rate that they'd be looking for, the Dream Cricket Dragons, when they choose to bat first. Slapped away toward deep extra cover for 4. That is a good shot. And the first shot of authority and the first boundary that is struck for the day. That is Ria Vilala, who hammered that one through that area over extra cover and gets 4 for it. So Ria Vilala wanting to make sure that she helps her side get to something productive. Haven't really seen it yet here from the Dream Cricket Dragons, but they certainly are going to need to turn it on because they don't have a lot of time. Just another 15, in fact just another 14 balls left, and that is hammered away deep extra or deep square leg, and it goes away for 4 more. So a bit of a fight back here for the Dream Cricket Dragons. Don't have a whole lot of runs on the board, but certainly 11 runs in over number 6 is a good thing for you. Disha Dhingra maybe dropping that one a little too short and a little too straight. And let's see what we can have here, because she goes around the wicket to the right-hander. Slapped away toward the boundary, but there's protection in the deep. And that is fielded cleanly in the deep. Coming back for the second run and gone. Oh my goodness. Strong throw coming from the outfield. That is Meghna Baisya, who's the vice captain. A good strong throw collection by Disha Dhingra, and she finds the runner short of her crease. That would have been Charanetha Karthik. And unfortunately for her, she is run out. And that is wicket number 5. That is the last ball of over number 6. And the Eagles are all over the Dream Cricket Dragons because things are going a bit pear-shaped for the Dragons here. Got 1 run, got a really productive over. 12 runs coming from it, but going for the 13th run results in a run out, and that is the wicket number 5. Score is 27 for 5. So end of the over. Brand new over about to start. And we'll see who this bowler is shortly. Delaney Dunn. Yet another spinner. And it appears as though the Dream Cricket Dragons are going to face all spin. Slapped, ooh, just short of mid-wicket. They get a quick single. The throw comes in to the non-strikers end. They'll get 1. Clean pickup in the throw at the non-strikers end, but 1 was probably always on the cards. Down now to the last 11 balls, if you can believe that. Going into over number 7, the penultimate over the innings. Delaney Dunn is your bowler. They struggled here, the Dream Cricket Dragons, to put on anything resembling a good partnership. It's well played, but there's protection in the deep. Should just be 1. Oh my goodness. Looking dangerous here, trying to get a sneak an extra run, not able to get it. But Delaney Dunn understands that at the moment, oh my apologies, it is Ayushi Singh who is bowling, so I got that wrong. Pulled away over the top of mid-wicket. They'll get 1. Do they want 2? Late coming back for the second one. The throw to the keeper's end is going to be not in time. Tell you what, they hesitated going for that second run, and that was almost absolutely chaos. But she did find a way to get back. You should sing into her second over now. By the way, it is actually 3 bowlers who can bowl 2 overs. So let's see exactly what you can have here, because it's getting a lot darker, but you're almost at the end stage of this innings. An appeal for stumping, or is it? Nope. Not exactly dismissed, but in any event, things are still getting very difficult here. Four runs from over number 7. Last ball of the penultimate over the innings. Pulled to square leg. That is fielded down there. Should just be a single. It is Meghna Baisha who cleans up 1 run coming from that ball. 5 runs from over number 7. Last over the innings coming up 32 for 5. Last over. And for the first time you will have pace. Dipanjali Pakala. Holding the last over the innings. Goes for the pull. Ooh, misfielded at backward square leg. They'll get 1. Do they want 2? They took off late. Strong throw, but it's not going to be in time. So they eventually get 2 runs. And You need all the runs that you can get at this stage. Scoring at 4.74 runs and over, so that's not necessarily the most effective scoring rate, but runs on the board does mean something. But again, the Atlanta War Eagles are a very strong batting side. 34 runs on the board, 5 wickets down. And let's see exactly how well they can close out here. Last 5 balls. That might just be wide, and in fact signaled wide by umpire Cortez Best. That helps a little bit. You certainly want a lot more than that, but you get the bonus runs any way you can. That is the 4th extra that is bowled, and for the moment still 5 balls remaining here in the over and in the innings. Partnership in its infancy. Talini Don 6 from 5, Chernetha Karthik 5 from 13, and that is yet another wide, so that really is not going to help. You want to clean these things up as much as possible. For the last 4 balls coming up like that, the last 5 balls, still 5 deliveries remaining. Pulled around the corner, doesn't exactly hit it cleanly. Underhanded throw, but she just does make it. So, last 4 now. 37 runs on the board. Talini Don 6 from 5. And in fact, Talini Don 6 from 5 according to the scorecard. It might just be a little bit behind. Chernetha Karthik 5 from 13. But in any event, partnership now worth 10. Next delivery. Hammered, but straight to mid-on. She puts it down. Very catchable. And then the throw at the non-striker's end is not in time. That was hit very hard, but certainly catchable. I believe that is Darshana Karthik, who will probably tell you that she should have taken that one. In fact, that's Ayushi Singh. At mid-on, very catchable ball. Should have been taken, but none of that matters now. Here's the next ball. Short. Paddle around the corner, runs here, at least 2 of them running away down the hill, and they'll get those 2 runs. And just for a second there, thought they might think about a 3rd, but not going to do that. Into the 40s now. Psychological advantage, maybe. A bit of a flourish going toward the back end of the innings. 27 runs have come from the last 5 overs, so going at the rate of about 5.4, which is certainly higher than the rate at which they started, but nowhere near safety, I don't think. Next delivery, slower ball, well down the leg side. It's going to be a wide, and it's going to be an additional run. So you get 2 bonus runs and still have 2 balls to go. 10 runs from the over already. Second highest number of runs scored in an over in this innings. Over number 6 yielded 12. They may just be able to eclipse that if they are able to put something together here in the last 2 balls of this innings. Full toss, in fact, just inside the wide line. It's a good delivery actually. Just out of reach of the batter, not able to get anything on it. So that's a dot. Last ball, you would expect them to be running on anything here on this last ball. Talini Don 9 from 8. And let's see what happens from this very last delivery. Tip the square leg. They have to run for 2. They'll come back for that 2nd run. They'll do it relatively easily. I think they'll run for the 3rd. Have nothing to lose going for it. And the run out is effected. No problem with that if you are the Dream Cricket Dragons. The last ball of the innings, you had nothing to lose by going for that last run. But 12 runs coming from that over. That ties for the highest number of runs in any over. 8 overs, the Dream Cricket Dragons, I think, would have been wanting more than 44 runs when they chose to bat first. But, as they say, runs on the board does mean something. So, coming to the end of the innings, Aditi Chudasama 3 from 4, back to Shastri 5 from 5. Amrita another tour 1 from 2. Chernetha Karthik not out 4 from 11. Samit Chipali 3 from 10. Malala 8 from 3 with a flourish at the end. And the bowlers were all spectacular, maybe with the exception of Disha Dhingra. It was a little expensive. But Ritu Singh, 2 overs, 1 for 10. Ritvika Kari, for me, the best of the bowlers, 2 overs, 2 for 4. Ayushi Singh, 1 over, 1 for 1. And Disha Dhingra, again, 5 balls bowled and 11 runs conceded. So, short break, and then we'll see whether or not the big hitting Atlanta War Eagles can overcome a target of 45. Join us in about 5 minutes.
Because I initially when people from
Yeah.
light is low, so it can be, we usually miss just
45 runs needed for victory for the Atlanta War Eagles. The Dream Cricket Dragons, after choosing to bat first, I think are about 40 runs short of where they thought they would be. And in theory, 45 runs in 8 overs should not be that stiff of an ask. But as they say, runs on the board absolutely matters. And so we'll see whether or not the openers for the Atlanta War Eagles can overhaul this target. So we'll see exactly the openers. Disha Dingra, I would imagine, would be one. We'll get that information as soon as we get it. And I certainly would imagine that they would be looking to get off to a fast start here. But War Eagles will be facing up to a very stiff task here, because Aditi Chudasama, with the new ball in hand, who is a really wily, canny bowler and can be very difficult to get away. She opens the bowling, right arm off spin, tickle around the corner. I believe that's an inside edge onto the pad. They get one run, so they're off and running. And looking at where you are now, the refreshing of the scorecard is taking a bit of time, but certainly Aditi Chudasama is your bowler. Disha Dingra and Nikardoshi, your two batters. And I think that you'll find that there will be an aggressive approach, particularly by Disha Dingra. Nikardoshi maybe slightly less aggressive, but I think a positive mindset is what you'll see from both these young ladies at the top of the order. They can be very dangerous. Pushed through and played into the offside. No run there. Expect this type of bowling from Aditi Chudasama. Again, the national team captain. One of the more spectacular bowlers, really spectacular cricketers that you have in the U.S. cricketing environment. And she knows that there are not a lot of runs to play with, but look at that. Full and straight, Nikardoshi chooses to go across the line. Probably wanted to keep that one in the V, and she absolutely loses her middle stump, Nikardoshi. So that is not the way to approach bowling or batting against one of the best spinners in the country. Choosing to go right across the line and losing her middle stump. So first wicket is down. That is a huge wicket. 1 for 1 is the score. Atlanta War Eagles lose their first. So things just got much more interesting. Batter coming to the crease, I believe, is Meghna Baisya. She's a vice captain. Keeps wickets sometimes, but was in the field earlier. But none of that matters now. What she can do with the bat in hand is the only thing that matters. 45 balls remaining, 44 runs needed. So essentially a run a ball is what you need to be looking for. Aditi Chudasama, tremendous bowler, and I think you'll see her expertise come to the fore here. Oh, outside the line of off, extra bounce, and there are catchers in position. There is a short, wide, short third. It's almost like a deep gully, and then cover, point, extra cover, thick under edge, quick single being taken. Oh, bit of an exorbitant throw. And they'll end up with a single. So 1 ball remaining here in the first over. Just 2 runs on the board. And let's see exactly what happens from here in the power play. So just 2 fielders outside. Those fielders outside are deep extra cover and long off. Long off is probably in the hot seat. I believe Dr. Shastri is going to have to be careful here. This ball may be coming in this direction. And the field is set for full and outside the line of off. It is full and outside the line of off, but they'll get a wide and they'll actually get an extra run. So 2 bonus runs there Not what you're looking for from the captain. So a couple of bonus runs. Don't have very many runs to play with. 4 runs on the board, and the last ball of the over coming up. Interesting. Different field here for NWCL. Hammered away through the gap on the offside. At least 2 runs on offer. Those are the 2 runs that they'll get. And that is the end of the over. I'll tell you what, a productive over. A wicket fell, but importantly, 6 runs have been scored. And when you get those 6 runs, you'll have to realize that you've gotten yourself that much closer toward victory. The last 9 overs coming up, make that the last 7 overs coming up, and you need 39 runs. .39 runs needed, 7 overs remaining. This one may go down to the wire. And this is going to be new bowler coming from the north, that is, but from the south rather. Stroke down the ground, should just be a single. Dingra is a tremendous batter, hits the ball really hard. For their part, they need to realize, the Atlanta War Eagles, that a run a ball wins them this match, but you can do less than a run a ball, only requiring 5.5 runs and over from here. 38 runs in the next 41 balls is all you need. Now, it has gotten much darker. It is 7:54 local time. As I said earlier, it gets dark between 8:15 and 8:30, and it's also very cloudy, so that would also impact the lighting conditions. So a lot of work to do here. Wanted a single, not quite there. And this is Sanjana Arul, who's taken up the attack from the southern end. Sanjana Arul is a medium pacer and certainly looking to keep this pair quiet. Aditya Chudasama marshalling her troops, making sure everybody's in the right position. 2 in the deep on the leg side. Good delivery, lifting ball over the top of the attempted cut. And so, initial single, but then a couple of dots that has put you in the position now of needing to capitalize just that quickly. 38 runs needed from 39 balls. So you're almost at a run a ball in just a couple of deliveries, a couple of dots. Dot balls here essentially are your enemy. How do you handle the rest of this over? Oh my goodness, yet another one. Lifting delivery again, and it's moving off of the seam away from the right-hander. So a single to start the over, then 3 dots, and you are now exactly at a run a ball territory. And it makes all the difference in the world when you can bowl the type of line and the type of length that keeps the ball out of the hitting zone of the batters. So Dingra 2 from 2 has not had much of the strike. NWCL is on strike now, cannot get this one away, but she does get a single though, and it is in the offside, and they end up with a quick single. Now, how you go from here is going to be very important, because you're going to make sure that Dingra has to be on strike. If I were Dingra, I would look for a single here, and I think that the Atlanta War Eagles would agree with that assessment. The Dream Cricket Dragons, on the other hand, will know that they need to cut the single off because Disha Dingra, of all the batters, is the one who's more likely to hurt you. Looks to pull this one, and I think they do get that single. Don't think they'll run for that second one, because that single means that Disha Dingra will remain on strike to start over number 3. 3 runs coming from the over. You are now at exactly a run a ball needed. 36 runs needed in the next 36 balls. The score is 9 for 1. So run a ball needed the rest of the way, as it is Ria Valala who takes up the attack from the northern end of the ground. One run off of every ball wins you this match. And it will be Disha Dingra on strike, who will be looking for more than a run a ball. Hammered, and that's through the gap. Coverage out there, they'll get 2. Easy 2, and again, Disha Dingra is the one who you want to be on strike if you're the Atlanta War Eagles. Really hard hitter of the cricket ball, and when you put the ball in the areas, her favorite areas, she is murderous in anything short. Anything short and straight, she will pepper that deep mid-wicket area. So it's going to be very careful here. Ria Valala is going to have to keep it out of her hitting zone. Very wide, signaled as wide. Now you see what she's trying to do. Anything that is too straight, particularly short and straight, there is a wide open gap on the leg side. Nobody in the deep on the leg side at all. 2 fielders in the deep on the offside, long off and deep extra cover. So you'd think that the plan is to bowl outside the line of off stump. Cannot have anything too straight. That time though it was a little too wide. Let's see if she can make the correction. That's what she's trying to do, and that's played into the offside. They'll get 1. They look for 2. Coming back for the second run. Not the strongest of throws, and Disha Dingra gets home easily. So this is more in line with what you're looking for if you're the Atlanta War Eagles. Last 4 balls coming up here in the over, but already 5 runs scored. And you need to run a ball the rest of the way. But my goodness, it appears as though you have a lot of momentum shift in the last several deliveries. Required rate now back under 6, 5.47. 31 needed from 34 balls. Slower delivery, played into the covers. Oh, strong throw. She would have gone, or should have been gone, had that been a direct hit. Disha Dingra might consider herself lucky there. Ultimately, it does mean that you get another single. 6 runs from the over already, with 3 balls still to come. So this is turning into a really good over here for the War Eagles. 15 for 1 is your score. Another 30 needed from 33 balls. And it's now going to be Meghna Bhatia on strike. 4 from 7. Slower delivery, but it goes wrong down the leg side, and that is a killer. Cannot have those. And from now you're going to find out that the strength of a bowling side is sometimes determined by how accurate the bowlers are. Captain Aditi Chudasama coming over and having a word with her bowler. Really in these instances, doesn't even matter what you say. Just say something to get their mind off of the fact that they just bowled a loose delivery. Now this next ball has to be in the right area. Let's see where it lands. More what she was looking for there, especially given the field that is set. Outside the line of off, a wave and a miss. Last 2 balls coming up, already 7 runs from the over. In the deep, you have a deep mid-wicket. And in fact, that is the only fielder in the deep. So we'll see exactly how close you come here to closing this over out with strength. Slow delivery, lofted straight and past mid-on, and will run away to the boundary for 4. It was in the air and easily Had that been about another foot, maybe 2 feet squarer or wider, it could have been taken by mid-on, but it was just out of her reach, and it goes away for 4. So a big over here in the context of this game. 11 runs from the over already, and let's see what happens on this last ball. This feels like a game-changing over. 11 runs, and let's see what happens from this last ball. And it will be interesting to see, thinking ahead here, what Captain Aditi Chudasama does, whether she brings herself on to bowl the next over. Played into the offside, fumbled, and it will be Meghna Baisha who will keep the strike, as that is 12 runs that comes from over number 3. A big one in the context of this game. Takes a big bite out of the target. Remaining another 24 runs. Score is 21 for 1. So 3 overs in the books, 21 for 1. The pressure was building, and the Atlanta War Eagles were in some trouble after the last over, or after over number 2. But the last over number 3, yielded 12 runs, and that tended to take a lot of pressure off. In the meantime, this is going to be Sanjana Arul again. Good quick delivery, wanting to make sure that she keeps the ball out of the hitting zone again. Sanjana Arul doing well here. The first ball is outside of off, and not able to get any back on it is Meghna Baisha. So that ball starts over number 4. You certainly want to make sure that you do whatever you need to do to limit those scoring opportunities. The deep third now in position, deep mid-wicket. Those are the 2 outside of the circle, everyone else inside. And you can have as many as 5 outside, but certainly wanting to save runs at this stage, and also want to put yourself in a position to take wickets. That's why you have a relatively aggressive field here being set by Aditi Chudasama. That is wide number 5 that you've seen already. 5th wide of the day. You don't really want to have any extras, but you certainly can't afford them if you're defending a relatively low total. Still 5 balls to go here. Good delivery, and she knocks her over. What a big wicket that one is. Breaking a growing partnership, and I tell you, full and straight, knocking back the off stump. That is the 2nd wicket that goes down. And all of a sudden, it is 22 for 2. So Meghna Baisha was really looking to stay with Disha Dhingra, and didn't really have the opportunity to do that. She is dismissed, and now here is a game-changing situation, because the batter who is now at the crease is Ritu Singh. Ritu Singh scored on Friday 134 runs. She will not need anything near that today, obviously, but more to the point, she's an extremely aggressive batter and can clear any boundaries. So it's going to be important to keep the ball out of her zone. I think she'll just settle for something. Ooh, thick outside edge, backward point, and they'll get a single. What I started saying is that she'll settle for anything that is around a run of ball. If she gets a run of ball here, then her team gets home. And I think she knows that. Certainly Disha Dhingra knows that. But for me, these are the 2 most aggressive batters in the lineup for the Atlanta War Eagles. So from here, another 3 balls remaining in over number 4, down to 27 balls in the innings, in the match. You're going to see the skill level turned all the way up with these young players. Next delivery. Oh, what a shot, but well fielded. Oh, she saves 3 runs there at backward point. Disha Dingra middled that one. It came off the bat like a rocket, but well fielded at backward point. How big will those 3 runs that she saved be? Excellent fielding at backward point. Ritu Singh now back on strike. 3 runs from the over already and the wicket. So successful over here being bowled. No question that this is exactly what the doctor ordered if you are the Dream Cricket Dragons. And she pulls out of her run up here. Sanjana Rule. This is a really, really important over in the context of this game because the previous over was very expensive, went for 12 runs. But here Sanjana Rule has already taken a wicket and just conceded 3 runs so far. Ooh, huge swipe and a miss. Ritu Singh wanting to end this game in a couple strokes. But she misses out on that attempted drive. And my goodness, let's see exactly how close she can come to closing out this over in style here. Last ball of the over, 24 runs on the board, another 21 needed. Slapped just wide of or just too straight for mid off. They get 1 run. Coming back for the second, belatedly, a direct hit. And she just does get there, Disha Dingra. Had her heart in her mouth there at the last second, you would think. But she does get home without fuss. So that is 2 runs, 2 big runs in the context of this game. That is 5 runs that came from that over, but you're 2 runs closer to victory. 26 for 2, 19 needed from 24. (8:09) local time. The sun has already set. It is very dark. It helps that there are lush green trees all the way around this facility. Dark green, the ball is white, so effectively you have a sight screen all the way around the ground. And so that does make it easier if you're looking to see the ball as a batting side. And that does mean that you get to the point where your eyesight is not necessarily impacted by the conditions. You prefer for it to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, of course, but as of right now, single that starts over number 5. This over is being bowled here by Rhea Balala. Paddle around the corner, they get 1. Do they want a second? They want it, but they cannot get it. So a couple of singles to start over number 2. Make that over number 5. Second over here being bowled by Rhea Balala, I believe. Tossed up, cut away. What a great shot. Coverage in the deep. Coming back for the second run. A strong throw. Look at that effort from Ritu Singh. Diving, getting over the line. My goodness, it is absolutely tense at the moment. Last 15 runs. Sometimes these last runs are the hardest to get. Played in the same direction again. Oh, bad bounce. It goes to the outside, running back for the second run, and she fumbles it, and she'll get there without much fuss. Another 2 runs, so 6 runs from the over already, just 13 remaining, and all of a sudden it appears as though the game is just slipping out of the reach of the Dream Cricket Dragons. They need to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. As of right now, not quite able to do it. By the way, my apologies, it's Vaishnavi Kadiri who is bowling. And Let's see how she can go from here. Facing up to Disha Dengra. Big hitting Disha Dengra. Stroked into the extra cover area. That is Captain Aditi Chudasama. Good pickup, good throw. Keeps the damage to 1 run. Vaishnavi Kadiri, who has a big job here. And let's see how she closes things out. That's 1 run. So 7 runs from the over already. Just 12 needed. Oh, look at that. She knocks her over. That is a big wicket. That is the wicket of Ritu Singh. And she knocks her over. That is wicket number 3. 33 for 3 at the end of 5. You need another 12 runs in the last 18 balls. And this game is still alive. So here we go. 33 for 3. 5 overs up. 3 to come. And listen to umpire Cortez Best exhorting everyone to get back in place immediately because it is getting darker. It is now 8:13. Sun set about 5, maybe 6 minutes ago, and with the overcast conditions, it is extremely murky and extremely dark. But do have the opportunity to close the game out here. Disha Dengra, one feels, is going to be very important. 15 from 11. Habiba Batter, the captain, is the new batter at the crease, left-handed batter, and it is Aditi Chudasama who takes the ball. She is going to be looking to bowl, first of all, her last over, and secondly, looking to certainly want a wicket here. And more importantly, wanting to make sure that you have the opportunity to limit the damage. Just 12 runs needed. She's a brilliant bowler, Aditi Chudasama, bowling here to Disha Dengra. Down the ground, should just be 1. There's the single that brings the left-handed Habiba Batter on strike. Next delivery to the left-handed Habiba Batter. They wanted a single, not there. Pressure building here. Next delivery drags it into the deep. There's a fielder in the deep at mid-wicket. They'll get 1 run. So of singles here. You need way more than conceding singles. You need wickets if you are Dream Cricket Dragons. Just waiting for the scorecard to update here. Going into the last half of this over from Captain. Clipped away into the deep. They should get 2 here if they run hard. Coming back for the second. Strong throw to the bowler's end, and that's going to be a run out. Oh, how big is that? That is Habiba Batter, who came back for the second run. Maybe not quite as fleet-footed as she would have needed to have been. And all of a sudden, they go for that second run, and she is run out. So you have a single, then a dot, then a single. Coming back for that second run after that single. She is run out, Habiba Batter, and all of a sudden, that is wicket number 4. You have another 9 runs to get. This one is coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. 9 runs needed in 2.2 overs. New batter is in, and Aditi Chudasama is ready. Tossed up, knocked her over, clean bowl. Thought that boulder. Let's see, the stumps have been disturbed. Let's see what happens here. I thought that she was bowled. The stumps were disturbed. I want to see what happens here. Let's see what the call is. Well, the bails are certainly off, so something knocked the bails off. If it was not the ball or the bat, then it was the keeper's glove. Something knocked the bails off, but it goes as 2 byes. At least it goes as 1 bye. No, 2 byes. So let's see what happens here. My goodness. As they say, it's all happening at the moment. This should be the last ball. Tossed up. Clipped to square leg. Throw to the keeper's end. And she does get there in time. My goodness, this is all becoming very, very difficult here. But let's see exactly where you are now. That's the end of over number 6. 2 byes and then a single means that you need 6 runs in the next 12 balls. It will be really interesting to go back to look at that 5th delivery of the innings to see exactly what happened when those stumps were disturbed. But for the moment, they go down as 2 byes, and we'll see exactly what happens the rest of the way here. 6 runs is all you have to play with. 12 balls in which to get them. Atlanta War Eagles are struggling, but they may just have a nose ahead, as it's going to be Delaney Don with the ball in hand. Very, very dark conditions. I keep saying it, but it's getting darker and darker. And Disha Dingra is on strike. 6 runs remaining. Let's see here. Coming into this penultimate over of the innings. 6 runs is all you have left. Tossed up, tapped into the leg side. They'll get a single. That's all they'll need. You're now up to 40. 5 runs needed from the next 11 balls. And this becomes essentially a singles game at this point. Have to cut the singles off. As dark as it is, you cut the singles off, you force them to hit over the top. If you just concede singles, then you lose this game likely in this over. So you have to pinch in, have to get everybody close. Just one fielder in the deep at mid-wicket. Everyone else is inside the circle. Tossed up. In the air, nobody out there. 1 bounce, 4. The scores are level. Oh my goodness. So 1 run of any kind wins this game for the Atlanta War Eagles. It has been a struggle. They have faced difficulty, but 1 run is all they need in the next 10 balls, and they will be home in this quarterfinals match here in the National Women's Cricket League T20 New York Open 2025. Last ball, deep mid-wicket in position. Everyone else inside the circle. And here is the last ball, or last ball, the 3rd ball of the over. Tossed up, hammered away into the deep, and that is the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a brilliant game. Excellent effort by the Atlanta War Eagles under fading light conditions. The War Eagles take victory by the margin of 6 wickets. Losing 4 wickets. Probably didn't want to lose that many wickets, but it doesn't matter at this stage because they do get home with 9 balls to spare. So looking at the full scorecard for the Atlanta War Eagles, because I think that you'll find that they struggled a little bit more than they would have wanted to. Disha Dingra, 17 from 13, was the backbone of the chase. Nikardoshi bowled without scoring. Meghna Baisha, 9 from 12. Ritu Singh, 3 from 5, also bowled. And Habiba Badr run out for 1. Ritvika Kari there at the end with Disha Dingra to get victory by the margin of 6 wickets. 8 extras in amongst all those 2. Those extras really would have made a big difference. Imagine going into this stage of the inning, still needing 8 runs to go. Aditi Chudasama, excellent bowler as usual. 2 overs, 1 for 10. Sanjana Arul, 2 overs, 1 for 8. Even better than her captain. Revalala, 1 over, 12 runs. Vaishnavi Kadiri, 1 over, 1 for 6. And Talini Don, 3 balls bowled in over number 9. I'll make that over number 7. And the winning runs were struck off of her bowling. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the day's play, end of the effort to bring you cricket right here from the New York Oval in the 2025 National Women's Cricket League T20 New York Open. We are hopeful that we will have cricket tomorrow. The weather gods may have a different idea, but join us tomorrow morning for coverage. One way or the other, we will have some form of cricket on, whether it will be the actual games, which is what we prefer, or if the weather gods have something else to say, we'll talk about that as well. For the time being, signing off from New York. See you tomorrow.
How are you?
Good, sir.
That game is still going on?
Yep.
Okay, get dark.
Oh, it is definitely dark.
Hold on, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, bhai. We got it in. We did 4 games today, man.
Ranjit.
ऐसे गेम खत्म नहीं है
हो रहा है बस वही हो जाए तो then we're done. I will still be frustrated. Tomorrow we are trying to 8 o'clock start.
8 o'clock start.
The guy who told me he's going to get done, I'm going to reconfirm like now.
Wow.
Because it rained around 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So he said
Which game is this?
that's a SoCal versus Chickadees.
Okay.
It's a league match. It's inconsequential. So but couldn't start there. So I'm going to help the guy.
8 o'clock, huh?
That's what he said. He's getting ready.
8 o'clock, are you going to try to limit or shorten games also to get it in before 12?
So I want to do first game as T20. But
Alright.
if forecast says rain, we might think of truncating it for fans.
Right.
It all depends because forecast keeps changing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to we start at 8 o'clock. At 11 o'clock we can have the rain question we can still have. So it's like we just play with the rain. At this point I'm going to have T20s tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
So 8 to 11:30 and then 12 to 3:30 like at 4 o'clock we're done.
Ideally.
Yeah, that's
Ideally.
ideal. Where's your dad? I'm trying to call him. His phone is dead and I need something from his car. His keys for the car?
No, I can get them from him though.
Okay.